Hello again. It's Matt Prelip from the instructional design team in the College of Health Solutions at Arizona State University. And we are taking a look at OBS for teaching, the open broadcast software, and driving engagement and getting students more involved by having a little bit higher of production value. Today, we're taking a look at recording. Not as simple as just hitting start and stop. Let's open up OBS, and there's our presentation again. Get me centered in my little circle. So, as I mentioned before, you would theoretically think we can just start recording, and it would start recording, and it is, actually. But there's a few things that we want to take a look at in recording. So let's go ahead and stop this one. And let's take a tour of our settings. So we'll go through these real briefly for the most part. We're going to focus on output, but take a look at general, and those are just mostly preferences. You do see that you do have some other themes here if you're a little more into anime or a little darker theme. And then we got another one that's a little more playful here. Oh, a little turquoise. And then you could also have it the same as the rest of your system. However, I prefer the default dark, and we'll just stick with that for now. Stream. Here is where you can choose from a variety of different streaming options: Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, etc. You can also go on and do a Facebook Live using OBS or Twitter. You could do a Twitter Live broadcast, but we'll skip that for now. If you get a little ambitious, you can go ahead and take a look at that. As I mentioned, we're going to skip output. We'll go to audio, and this is mostly nerdy technical stuff. If, again, you get ambitious and want to dive into it, you could probably do some research and check on that and optimize it. But for right now, we're just going to skip that. Same with video for the most part. The resolution is going to stay that way. 1920 by 1080 is fairly standard, so we'll go ahead and stick with that. You can go ahead and leave those. Hotkeys. If you are a fan of hotkeys, this is your dream, because you can create your own hotkeys. So whatever button you feel like using to start recording or start streaming or stop recording, those types of things, or transition, you can set up a hotkey for transitions. That might be a little bit easier for you. But if you are a fan of hotkeys, this is an absolute dream. And moving on to the advanced portion, again, more nerdy stuff, and we won't dive too much into it. It should operate with these settings just fine. So go ahead and leave those, and we're going to go to output. Now, this is the portion of our program that we're going to pay a little bit more attention to. Again, the streaming, the bit rate, that should be fine. The output match, again, same thing. But what we want to take a look at is, first of all, the recording path. And that is going to default to your videos folder, your Windows videos folder. Again, in Mac, we don't have access to a Mac, so I'm sure that's also the video. But for space sake, I've changed it to another hard drive. My C drive is pretty full with program files, so I put them on the D drive, and then I've actually set up a specific folder for my recordings. Now, if we go down to recording format, this is the item that we really have to take a look at, because you'll see that it's MKV file. And you may not recognize that file extension. That's because MKV, it was created in Russia in 2002, and it is a container file. So it houses not only the video and audio files, but other data files, including like subtitles if you want to get into that and whatnot. If you want to read up more on it, we've got the link here in the caption for you, so you can take a look at that. Now, you could, however, go straight to MP4 or MOV, which is the Apple file format. But I'm going to click on MP4 for a moment, and you'll notice this warning down here. And they do not guarantee that your MP4 is going to come out. It could get corrupted, and all the other file formats are this way. So we're going to not go straight to MP4. If you're more comfortable and you want to skip a couple steps, that's great, but you may end up having to give your presentation a couple of different ways. So let's go ahead and go back to the MKV file. Now, unfortunately, the thing about MKV files is they are not compatible with YouTube or media amps. So we're going to go ahead, we're MKV, so we're going to click OK, and that's okay for us. So how are we going to deal with this? We can't record this and then just send it to the cloud, to MediaAmp or YouTube. So what we're going to do is we are going to download a program called VLC. Now, you may already have it on your computer because it is ASU approved, and they do put it on a lot of the computers here at the university. But we'll go ahead and download that. And that website address is videolan.org/VLC. Completely free software, very powerful. So we're going to get that installed, and we'll show you. So we're going to open up VLC, and we're going to open up one of the MKV files. So let's go to our recordings. There's our recordings, and we'll take the file that we just recorded as we were starting to demonstrate this. There we go. So it automatically starts playing, so we'll get rid of that. So now what we're going to do, we didn't even necessarily have to open this. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert save. And we're going to add that file that we just recorded. We're going to hit the add plus button, and then we're going to convert save. So there's our source. That is the recording that we just did. And then we are going to browse. We're going to go to that conversions folder, and we're going to name this test recording. And as you can see, it's going to save as type MP4. So compatible with MediaAmp, our official server for streaming video, and also YouTube if you want to put it on YouTube, if that's a little bit easier for you. So we're going to go ahead and start that. As you can see, the bottom, there's a little status bar, and once that's done, we can go ahead and close out of VLC, go back to our conversions folder, and there is our test recording. So that's how you convert the MKV file for saving. It is a couple of more steps. However, you'll be rest assured that almost all the time your videos will be safely recorded in OBS. We are going to go to Modalis. Modalis MediaAmp is the video server that ASU uses. So we're at ASU. It's asu.modalis.io. And I've already been in here. If you have not signed in, you may have to do that for the first time, but hopefully maybe you've uploaded something before. But once you get registered, we'll sign in here. And we're going to upload that test recording. So up here in the upper right-hand corner, right underneath your ASU right, you're going to see the upload button. And to get that going, to activate that, we have to accept that we're not using any copyrighted material here, which we're not because we recorded this ourselves. And we're going to go find that video in conversions, test recording, open, and then it will start uploading. And it may take a while to process, especially with as many videos that are getting uploaded to the media server as there are right about now. But after it gets done processing, we'll just go to another video that I already have in here, and we'll go to the OBS tutorial, and there you have it. There's all your info. If you want to embed it somewhere, you have the embed code. If you want to share the link with students or other faculty to maybe take a look at, you can copy that as well. But the best part about MediaAmp is that it is incorporated into Canvas. So when you are creating a page, and we are going to go to a page where I am putting in the Faculty Resource Center these tutorials. And we'll go to View All Pages. And click OBS Studio, and then we're going to edit. And what you're going to see here is when I put the cursor down, this little icon right here, MediaAmp, that will open up your MediaAmp library, and you will be able to add these videos directly into your Canvas page. So we'll just go ahead and select one, and it may take a moment, but once it gets going, you'll see it appear in your Canvas page. And that is how you upload and insert videos into Canvas. So those are your tips and tricks for recording in OBS. Not quite as simple as it seems, but with a little fine tuning, you can get it just right. So stick around for more of these tutorials. We'll have more here shortly. Thanks for joining us.